Hey, welcome to Any Bloody Thing. Today we're going to be talking about Fred Durst, the Fanatic. Amongst other things, Rockstar directors Rob Zombie, John Travolta, and Rage Cage, the only Nicolas Cage. So tune in, we got Any Bloody Thing coming up.
Right, Barbara, I ran it under a cold tap.
Let's talk about Fred Durst. Did you hear about this?
Yeah.
Fred Durst is coming. By the way, people that don't know who we're talking about, Fred Durst is from Limp Bizkit.
Singer Limp Bizkit.
Play clip.
Keep on rolling, baby.
I did not know Fred Durst actually directed stuff. Like, it's common for some people to direct their music videos.
Yeah.
But have you heard of anything as far as, is this his first film?
It's not. That's the thing. I wasn't super aware of how much he had directed in the past, but I know he did do, like, I knew for sure he did some of his music videos, and some of the major ones too, like when you think of their videos.
Back in the day when you probably got a budget to do a music video versus
yeah,
now.
Yeah, when the label would actually give him a fairly significant chunk of cash to do something. He did a bunch of Puddle of Mud's music videos and Stained as well.
Let me pull this up. Does he have an IMDb?
Yeah, he had an IMDb. With Stained and Puddle of Mud, it made sense too because those were guys under his label, and I believe he signed both of them and discovered both of them too. So he must have kind of like, well, you guys are mine. I'm gonna
let me do
your
favor.
stuff. But he did well. Like they're memorable music videos, and
they didn't seem out of place.
Next
to any other
it's
music
not
video.
just a novelty of him doing that, and
holy shit,
like more than you assume, right? Like.
Yeah, he's got 24 credits, which is 24 credits more than I thought he would have on IMDb as a director.
Yeah. Well, and music videos are sometimes hit and miss if they even get listed on there, too.
Now, did he direct the music videos, or did he direct the, behind the scenes? Like,
as far as I knew, he directed the actual videos.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he did a couple of features. I didn't know that till just recently.
Okay, yeah, and these are, wow.
Did a flick with Ice Cube, too.
Ice Cube, Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah. And I know when I've been hearing about this, everybody's kind of acting like, hey, did you know Fred Durst was directing a horror movie? But Fred Durst has got a bit of directing chops already. I mean...
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
Huh.
Though I am interested to see Travolta and his weird bowl cut hair and one eye knocked out or whatever. I've seen a bit of the things going around from that, and it's...
I think Travolta is very much in the same category as Nicolas Cage, and in that oddity where they've gone through the rough patch of their career. Even Keanu Reeves, I think he's breaking out of that. Oh, Keanu Reeves sucks. He's an awful actor. Like, people just crapped on the guy, and now he's reached the point where he's almost like he's a rock star for being himself, which is really awesome.
It's weird because I think he's been a pop culture figure so long that he became a phenomenon on his own, and he kind of lasted through the test of time that way in some regard, even if just by being Travolta, right? Yeah. And he had that early on in his career, but it was kind of a joke, like Keanu, like he was like Welcome Back Kotter or whatever, like and people would like, make jokes on how he'd talk and whatever.
Tom! Hey Tom, it's John Travolta.
Oh, hey John.
Tom, you gotta come out of the closet. Oh my God.
Same way as Keanu with his whoa, all that. So he transcended that, and then in the 90s he became like a really big bankable
Face Off,
man,
Broken
right?
Arrow.
Yeah.
I love those movies.
And the thing I'm most excited for is he going to be getting to do some of his crazy villain stuff, because he plays a badass. Yeah. Like, I love Travolta as a bad guy more than a hero.
Do you have protection?
What, you mean like condoms?
Protection.
He's like, you mentioned Face Off, dude. Like, it's a good film. That
I love
say
that
what
movie.
you will. That's a fun movie, man.
John Woo.
Oh, he's so. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Like the action stuff is just beautiful.
Oh yeah.
And between those two guys, they're both so wacky and like. And it's kind of cool seeing them play each other. Him going full Nick Cage is just like, wow.
I torched all the evidence that proves you're you. Okay, so wow, looks like you're gonna be in here for the next 100 years.
you're getting the caginess and the wild Travolta stuff.
That was one of my favorite Rage Cage moments. He's all he's doing the priest thing and he grabs the girl's butt and he's like,
and he's doing the hands and stuff.
But anyway, point being, Travolta has gone through that being the stud in Hollywood, which was, Blowout and Carrie, and he really kind
Grease.
of owned that in Grease, Saturday Night Fever.
He was kind of became a sex symbol at an era there too. Like he was,
And I know Tarantino's fond of saying, I think there was a quote of him talking to Travolta, and Travolta said for Pulp Fiction, "Are you sure you want me, man? Like I'm kind of like poison around this town."
Yeah.
And he said, "I believe you are one of the best American actors to ever live, and I think you've gotten a raw shake."
Statement.
Yeah, and so he took on Pulp Fiction, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
Of course, he's gone up and down between then, but I'm hoping, you initially hear it, Travolta, Fred Durst, and you're kind of like, oh boy, what's this going to be? But I really hope it's going to be better than everyone's expecting.
Yeah, well, I'm walking in blind, and I'm just going to stay that way. I'm not going to, I just want to. It's a film I just like most films. I just kind of want to watch. Yeah. I feel sometimes going in, especially with something like that, where you can have that preconception that kind of poisons it and taints it before you even see, the opening scene. Yeah. And I think it's going to be worth a watch. And at very worst, I kind of respect both of those guys, see what they did. And, exactly. I'm fingers crossed on it though, because it could be fun. Travolta, like I say, he's one of those underutilized guys, and when I'm thinking back, even Broken Arrow is a bad guy. It's just and Battlefield Earth, that was kind of one of those things where that was another tainty thing that just didn't pan out for him. And
the dude's had an interesting story in Hollywood. That's for sure. They'll have a biopic for him one day.
Yeah, I think he's earned it.
Yeah, well, for sure. But all the same, Fred Durst, I mean, that guy, if there's, let's just say what it is, a shit magnet, I don't know if it's deserved. We both listened to Limp Bizkit when we were younger.
Yeah, sure.
And then when I don't know, who's the cultural flavor maker that just says, yo guys, Limp Bizkit, they're lame now.
I don't know.
Oh, Nickelback, they're lame now. It's like, well,
it's the
are
same
they?
Shit, yeah.
They're selling out stadiums.
Yeah. Obviously, people still like it. So, yeah. It always bugs me, too. It's just when one day it's just, oh, no, that's shit. Oh, you listen to them? It's I don't know, man.
It feels it's like a buzzword of hate.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's really easy to remember Nickelback. I'm just going to crap on them for
it just becomes culturally, the next 5 years. It becomes a common joke that people just do together. Yeah. Oh, it's like Nickelback shitty, or it's like Limp Bizkit, or it's like, they just do it as a blanketed joke that they think is a common, just everybody can joke about. But
exactly.
I think he got wrapped up into some shit. I give him a chance.
Give him a chance.
Let's get him. Just get me some Limp Bizkit on.
Leave Fred Durst alone. Leave Britney alone.
Yeah. Well,
and anyone that's gone from being the top of the chain and being out in the eye of the public on one thing, being shit on, and then coming through another like that. You gotta have balls of steel to go through that.
And it's perseverance, man. Like it's really easy to just say these guys have it easy because they're, the rich Hollywood guy that, made their bank and did it in the era where you could make bank in the music industry to the level like that too.
Yeah.
And no, man, I think to come back, that takes something, and to keep on staying in your craft, and it's cool that he's expanding into the film more and keeping that going too. There again, another rock star that is doing another film is Rob Zombie, who
exactly.
I know we've been kind of talking about some of the music related people in film and this and that, and he's another guy that's made a go of film. It's been up and down, and people people all have their opinions, and there's the diehards that I'm excited to see what happens with this 3 from Hell. It's like I want to love it, and I'm probably sure I will. I really, really like Devil's Rejects. There's something about that film that I dug House of a Thousand Corpses to begin with, but it's a totally different film than Devil's Rejects. This one looks like it's from seeing the trailer, looks like it's almost a mashup of both. There's some really surreal, weird shit in there, like we're getting luchador guys with some kind
of like El Super Beasto,
which
bleeding into
and I'm kind of seeing that it almost seems like he's throwing in all the shit into the Rob Zombie soup of like all his things that he digs, and it's just this one just might be stirring it up and like let's just see what he comes up with.
Well, one thing for Rob Zombie's sake, because like I'm pessimistically optimistic about this film doing well. I want it to do well. I've always wanted to be a big fan of him. Most of his films don't really speak to me that much.
Sure.
I'll be honest. I did like House of a Thousand Corpses because it kind of filled a niche that wasn't prevalent at the time.
Yeah, I think it did cover something and kind of brought a different type of film to the to really the horror scene at that time, because it was that type of film hadn't been done for a while.
Devil's Rejects, I did enjoy, and I think it had some sequences that made me stand up and say like, "Wow, Zombie's got he's got a vision, and it's different enough to make it to distinguish him from the crowd."
Absolutely, yeah, and he had some powerful shots in there, and some real moments where you feel awkward, and he really brought some pretty terrible scenes in there.
But as far as this goes, I don't know if the trailer really hit me the way it was intended to, and I mean 31. It's tough. I love White Zombie. I love that music, and Rob Zombie's, especially his early work, his solo stuff.
Sure.
It was kind of like an Ozzy splitting from Black Sabbath and becoming just Ozzy Osbourne. I thought he had a wicked vision, went more horror with it. It was just such a cool little mashup of theatrics and music.
Spectacle, 100%.
But I don't know why it isn't translating, at least for me, on film. And I'm not sure how many more films he's got in him for people to hang on to the trust. Because I see in a lot of message boards, like on Bloody Disgusting and Dread Central, super split.
I feel his fandom is very, like, it's just kind of that way in general. Even with his music, it's just like people are either adamantly love the man and his works and everything. And he's just like, he's one of those icons. He becomes a whole package. You either love him or you don't. And I feel that he's kind of getting bundled in like that. And I'm really interested to see how this one pulls off, because, there was, like you say, there was some questionable hate for the last few films. And but did you hear he was also like in the mix? It never went through, but I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be, I'm looking at your hat, he was supposed to do a Boston Bruins movie.
It was a Philadelphia movie.
Oh, what was it?
Philadelphia Flyers.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. Because I just remember he had a hockey movie, and it was supposed to. It was something he had wanted to do for a long time.
Yeah. And because back in the day in the 70s, if you do know the story, being a hockey guy,
sure,
yeah, hockey family, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Philadelphia was the Broad Street Bullies back in the day, and that had Bobby Clark in it, missing the 4 teeth in front. It's like he's a Canadian icon unto himself.
Sure.
But that, right when I saw it, I'm like, okay, so I think that grit that Zombie has would work for that.
Yeah.
Not to mention, I'm always game for a new hockey movie.
Yeah.
They tend to either do spectacularly well within the small niche of hockey movies, or they just get forgotten.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, this is going to be a 70s slap-shotty sort of like take on the Philadelphia Flyers, and it's probably going to be bloody as shit. It's probably going to be raunchy, dirty, musky, whatever in Philly. I was all game for that, and I don't know what happened.
I also think it would have been cool to see Zombie go out of his comfort zone of horror.
Yep.
And I don't even call it a comfort zone, because I think he's a director. I think it's one of those situations of not necessarily typecast kind of idea, but more the idea of just it's people like seeing you do one thing that you did well or are known for, and it keeps on funneling that way, or he keeps on getting easier funding that way, or just people trust him for that because that's what he does. But I'd love to see him do it.
So would I. And who knows, it could be one of those things where you try one genre too many times, enough that people kind of lose that faith they had in you. You never know. Maybe the guy's got a real knack for drama, like gritty, hockey, semi-sport drama.
Absolutely.
I would love to see it.
And maybe we will. Maybe.
Fingers crossed.
We'll see how the next film does. I guess.
Or I'll take it.
Yeah, there you go.
I'd do that shit.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for listening, and be sure to give a like and subscribe if you like what we're doing. Give us your thoughts on Fred Durst's upcoming film, The Fanatic, in the comments below. If this was Anybody Thing. Catch you next week.